I'll preview it with this. There is one team where it isn't worth it to be a fan of.
Oh.
Hey-o. The Indiana Hoosiers.
Oh,
and
yeah. Dude, Cook.
You want to go into that?
Just
go into
Cook.
it.
Okay, all right. Here's my thing about Indiana. You shouldn't be in the conversation for a blue blood. UCLA also. This thing can change. You can be a blue blood. They once were. They're not anymore. They're not. I was born in 1990. You know how many one seeds Indiana has gotten since then?
How many?
2.
Oh,
2.
That's it?
2. 93 and 2013. They didn't make the Final Four, I don't think, in either of those.
Nope, they did not.
They have one Final Four in 38 years.
Yeah.
One.
And that took a hell of a run, too.
Yeah, Tommy Coverdale.
With a half-court shot.
It took Tommy Coverdale. Since then, since their last banner, but we've had 11 Fast and Furious movies. We've gone through Nelly, Soulja Boy, and the rise and fall of Drake, and not one new banner for Indiana basketball. Here's what it is. It's that there are people who are in this business who are Gen X boomers who remember watching Indiana be good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you all remember Indiana being good? I don't. I don't remember. I do remember them playing Maryland in 2002. But some teams go on runs. San Diego State has also. Are they a blue blood? They played in just as many championship games since 1987. They're not. They're absolutely not. And there were Indiana fans yesterday on social media talking about how Kentucky is a has-been program.
Oh, heavens.
Oh, man. Well, if anybody knows what a has-been program looks like,
yeah,
it's the Hoosiers.
If you have to blow the dust off your beta tape to watch your most recent championship, then you're not a blue blood. It was your last finals appearance was 23 years ago. It was before the McGriddle.
Ooh.
The McGriddle came out in 03. The Twin Towers were still standing at the start of that school year. That's how long it's been. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is wild to think about.
Jeez.
Houston's been a 1 seed as many times in the last 3 years as Indiana has in the last 25 years. That's wild.
Did Houston's coach ever coach at Indiana?
Ooh, funny you say that.
Yeah.
Kentucky has as many Big Ten tournament championships as Indiana has.
That's true.
Wait a minute.
You're not a blue blood in your own conference.
Wait, Stephen P. Kentucky's not in the Big Ten. How does that make any sense?
I know. It's they have somewhere south of one conference tournament championship.
As many as Louisville does in their conference too.
No, and that's the thing. You say people can say I'm being a hater, but like I hate Louisville, and honestly, like they're closer to a blue blood than Indiana is, like a lot closer. They went from a Hall of Fame coach to a Hall of Fame coach, and then, a bunch of stuff happened. Indiana has had 7 coaches since Bobby Knight. 7. And was one of them Dan Dockich? Was he?
He was interim after Knight got fired, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But still, Dan Dockich got to call the shots at IU.
Yikes.
I think if we could pinpoint it, it was when Mike Davis did the head tap thing at Freedom Hall.
Against Kentucky.
Yeah.
Now that was a crash out.
Yeah.
That was a crash out.
Yeah.
Pull up the Duke game they had that year where they won. And Indiana, I think they fouled on a 3
They
up
did.
4, and Mike Davis just loses his mind. Because the guy make the shot? Was it like a chance to tie the game with a free throw?
That was the Sweet 16 game. Yeah, it was. Duke had a chance to tie, and who was it? Was it Boozer? Who missed the free throw, and they still got the rebound, or was it Jay Williams? They missed the free throw that I think would have tied it. They got the rebound, which would have won it, and they just missed a point-blank shot. It was that Sweet 16 game, IU Duke. The winner got to play Kent State and Antonio Gates to go to the Final Four at Rupp Arena. The Final Four wasn't at Rupp Arena, but these games were. I was there for that IU Duke game when that one happened. Yeah.
I was actually in Bloomington for it, ironically. The thing about Indiana is it's not like they haven't been able to replace Bobby Knight. I think what Bobby Knight did was kind of what Calipari was kind of doing. Like, he kind of coached them into irrelevancy. Like, in 1993, if he attacks a student, we probably don't hear about it.
Mm-hmm. But in 98, 99.
They needed to get rid of him. And then, so now, I think, and it's just, what did the guy say? Was it like, hey, Bobby, or something like that? He like choked him out for not saying Coach Knight. That's insane. That's your glory days. That's like the best time to be in Indiana. That's the best guy to ever coach your program.
He's choking out your guys.
He's choking out students. Yeah, you can do that when you're going to Final Fours. If you're finishing 5th and 6th in your conference every year, you can't do that and physically assault students. So they haven't been able to replace him. And now you have a guy, Lamar Wilkerson, who wasn't born at that time, wasn't even alive yet, that I guess he can go there and be the guy, which is what he's like. That right there is, if you go to Kentucky, he could be just another guy. You can be just another guy on a really good team, but you want to go and be the man. You can do that at a place like Indiana, because Indiana is like, what are they? Like, they're Iowa with candy cane pants. Like, they don't win anything.
It's true.
If they weren't Indiana, like, we just got told our whole lives, we've been gaslit into thinking Indiana is the successful basketball program. They haven't won anything since I've been alive. I know they went to 3 Sweet 16s. And I know that one of them, they had to beat Kentucky to be there. But that was Calipari's, you mentioned it earlier, TJ. That's Kentucky's, that up until St. Peter's, that was the worst tournament run under Calipari. And for Indiana, it's the greatest thing that has happened to that sorry excuse of a program in 10 years.
That's well said.
Not a blue blood.
He is Stephen Peak, and you can hear more of Pique My Interest on Wednesdays on Kentucky Roll Call.